here?
Yeah.
Is everyone here and on the roll 20?
One, two,
I am
not on the roll 20.
yet.
Almost everybody is.
Okay.
Or three of us are, plus the recorder.
I will be on there in a second. I'm sorry, I was looking at feats for Pathfinder. That's something I forgot to do last night.
Oh no.
Gotcha.
Yeah, everybody is in voice at least.
Well, I'm gonna put on some background music while I wait.
Oh no.
That's a nice echo.
Oh,
Sure
nice.
is. Oh right, some echo from my end too because I forgot that I am. There, that'll solve that issue.
Pollyanna or bust.
Alright. Don't forget, Dandy, you have inspiration for your actions last session.
Whoa.
And
Even-
solo session.
Even though you already had inspiration.
Whoa.
But you can give
Give them
inspiration to
something
other
else.
people. So
Whoa. I can't.
I guess you and one other PC of your choice can have inspiration.
I told you. Vesper, the best PC.
Don't give it to a non-party member.
I don't think an NPC is a valid target for that.
What?
But he has a player.
But he's still technically an NPC, even though he's participated in combat a couple times.
He's a PNPC.
No, he's not he's a PC, just not a party member.
He's a guest PC.
It's as, for example, Rose is an NPC in your.
Oh, you're saying I can't give Gear inspiration.
I mean, you can inspire him, but you cannot give him
You can
inspiration.
give him bardic inspiration.
It's true.
I can give him Bardic Inspiration and not die as fast. Well, actually, no, I gave him Vesper for that.
Press X to not die.
Alright, is everybody present and ready to go?
Yeah.
There is no core vine in the roll 20, but otherwise.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm getting on.
Clearly this song would set the mood perfectly.
Yeah.
Cephalopod by Kevin
Yeah.
McLeod.
Listen to that rave. Listen to that, night
A
rave.
Raven?
Very.
I have no idea when I would use a song in a fantasy context, but
I can hear
I was-
Vesper furious explaining what the deal with this house is.
From the beginning, I was expecting, like, what's it called? The first game of Rhythm Heaven Fever. What was it?
yeah.
I think it was Hole in One. That's the one. There we go.
Don't forget I have these, Danny, because I uploaded these.
Go, Amber, go! Do it!
Do the thing.
All right. So
Actually, quick question: was size uploaded?
let me see. Is size there? Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Shall I play it?
No,
Very good.
carry on.
All right. I believe everyone's here. Yes.
Mhm.
Hey, we're only 10 minutes after the time. Hooray! Right. So last we left off, there was a big old plot train that kind of dragged you guys along. Then there was a kaboom. There was a secret chamber. Then there was a very angry sheep who Corvine stuck her sword out at. And then suddenly there was fire and ruins and angry hordes and some retconning and goons everywhere. Dandy had run off to get Vesper to help provide Gear. Gear, who was initially thought to be dead, is alive and currently we have Vesper at this basically at the entrance to House Boss, surrounded by a pile of corpses, is brought to him by his loving pet Dandy. I mean, his fiancee Dandy,
Woo!
and
Toy toy.
No boy toy.
and well, it's seen a relative chaos. Granted, the civilians who have shown up they're sort of torn. They're not quite sure if they should run or if they should stay. Corvin made a very convincing argument for them to leave. And Dandy, as you finally bring the last individual,
The
to fallen individual to Vesper, Tor from earlier suddenly comes barging through the door with a small army behind him. And essentially, they sort of muscle their way through.
Ah! Don't stand there! Don't step over these!
Ouch.
And the guards proceed to surround. Give me just a second. Supposed to have been smart. I would have done this in advance. But it is what it is.
Sai-Hong hides.
Probably a good idea.
Never a good idea. Oh no, he's being flanked by his own men.
And she.
And he then proceeds to shout. He then proceeds his guards to stand ready, and they all take a defensive position, weapons at the ready. Well, such as weapons for ungulates are, anyways. The rioters pause and think carefully as the guard take a step forward. I'm not actually going to make him take a step forward because that would be tedious. And they finally break, and they move the hypnotic pattern along with them.
Baiguang releases the hypnotic pattern so that they can break.
And the
Otherwise,
people,
they're just kind of stuck there.
oh, hold on, what are you doing? Come on, computer. Okay, there we go.
Where are we going?
And with that, they are gone. Tor then begins ordering his men to start putting out the flames using, various forms of ice magic, carefully placed ice spikes, and so on and so forth.
Baiguang helps put out the flames using druidcraft.
Sai also helps put out the flames with her own ice magic.
I help put out the death by putting things.
With Vesper magic.
Yes.
Magic of fiancés.
Woo!
It takes a few minutes, but the fire is eventually extinguished.
Corvine's gonna do a medicine check on the person in front of him. Oh. 15. Whoops, I had advantage on.
She seems alright. I mean, she's... you can tell that she's definitely been fused. She's not fully reindeer. She's got some aspects to it. Her front hooves, for example, seem to blur the line between hooves and paws. And part of her fur coat blends between a deer coat and a different type of animal.
Corvine is 100% not used to this, trust me.
And Torius takes a step forward and then looks at Corvine. I apologize for earlier. I am Tor Ba, as I mentioned, head of security for House Ba.
Corvine. No. could you help me with this? And she starts trying to pick up the deer.
Tor looks at Corvine. What are you doing? She tried to kill Gear. We should hang her.
Even if you want to hang her, we'll need to put her in a cell for that.
He shrugs. You have a fair point. He orders a couple of his men to come over. They pick her up and head on in.
Wait. Who? Dandy approaches the knocked out deer and goes, Sivan?
It's her, all right.
Wait,
I
what?
got her too. Just as we thought. Please, go easy on this deer. She wasn't anything but a victim.
Wait. Sai takes out the list and double checks the list of names. Yep.
She was
Listen,
only
mate.
doing this because dark magic told her to, basically.
Excuse me, madam.
Right.
What was that list?
Is a list that we don't fully understand yet. And frankly,
She is listed on there.
I see. He gets cut off from screams of "Gear! Gear!" from inside the estate. As a rather elderly-looking sheep comes barreling out, and
So it's your probable deception.
attempts to shove Vesper aside and runs over to Gear's side. Gear! Gear! Are you alright, my boy? Yes, I think I'm alright, Father. Who did this to you?
Father?
Who did this to you? He turns towards Vesper. Was this you?
Of course not. I'm trying to help.
Likely excuse. He looks over. He squints his eyes hard at Dandy.
I was just trying to help him. There's a siege on this place, and he was caught in the crossfire.
I think I know you. You're that
Dandy.
You're the sheep from the arena, aren't you?
He nods. Dandy Baudelaire. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, quite. Tor! Who are these people?
These are my friends. We're just here to help you.
Hello, Father. Tor, who are these people? Why are they here? What is going on?
excuse me, but I work here.
Perhaps
You have no right to ask who I am.
The elderly sheep takes a step forward, and Tor actually looks at Sae as if like you shouldn't have said that. He takes a step forward, he's like, "Excuse me, who are you again?"
Ask him yourself.
She motions toward Gear, even though she knows he is in critical condition.
Oh, he's
Ask him when he is better. And you may regret crossing me right now.
Uh-huh. Right, all of you in the foyer, except for you, he points to say. You stand here. Guards, apprehend her. We're going in. Tor
No, you're not.
takes a step. He's like, Father? Yes? These people just saved Gear's life. Yes? I think Some patience might be in order? Fine.
Everyone gives Tor guidance on this persuasion roll.
I was about to give him inspiration.
Let's double up.
I'll double up.
Fine. But step into the foyer, except for you, points at sight. You are still forbidden.
Ask the young miss. She will also vouch.
He steps inside.
I will stay out here until you do.
He steps inside without giving Sae a second glance. Tori looks at the group. You have to give... That's my father and the patriarch of our family. And Benedict Ba. The leader and, well, owner of House Ba.
It seems like all the leaders of the houses are charming.
Not... He looks outside. He has his reasons for it being his way. Reasons that I don't know if concerns you. Anyways, let's step inside. My men will take care of what's out here. Men, he shouts out. If there are any survivors, bring them inside. They nod. He then turns towards Sae. My father doesn't take kindly to people with backbones.
But simply stay God until he realizes what he just did.
I see. Well, he steps inside. Those two. There we go.
And she nods toward Corvine, as if to say it's fine.
Once the two sheep walk away, Baiguang whispers to Sae that if you would like to join us and not wait out here, I could just turn you invisible for a while.
She shakes her head negatively. And just turns away to keep guard.
Maybe we should just leave.
Not after we see Sivon through.
Alright.
Besides, how are these guys going, Vesper? Vesper?
What? Sorry.
How are these guys going?
How are those guys going? Is he?
Well, they're currently dead.
Yeah, that was a pile of bodies.
Yeah. Well,
What about that
How-
kind of resurrection, though?
yeah. Well, what happens when he casts Cone of Resurrection?
Do you have Resurrection Magic Vesper, and are you using it?
I do have it, yes. And I could go about using it.
Yes.
All right.
Probably. That was sort of the idea.
It also takes a long time and is a one at a time sort of thing, so it's not something that I can just toss out. So
except for the cone of resurrection.
yes, except for
Well,
that.
yeah, Cone of Resurrection is a bonus action.
Instantaneous and
So
free.
the only downside of Cone of Resurrection is its concentration, and if you ever break your concentration, they go back to being dead. So um, Gear then looks up weakly. Thank you.
Don't thank me. Miss Winterblood, I believe, was the first to get to you.
I see.
She notes.
He lets out a slightly pained breath. I should probably explain something to you. Benedict is our patriarch and our head, but ever since Mother died in childbirth, he became extraordinarily cold and distant. In fact, I've basically had to become the surrogate father to the young ones.
Mother, you've met me.
He laughs a little bit. Did you know? Did you know that my father has 12 children?
I believe it.
It's a bit rough being your surrogate father to. He thinks for a second. Almost 7 of them? No. 5 at least. Yeah, 6, depending. That said, I know Father is extraordinarily difficult, and please don't let anything he says get under your skin.
Does Saye get a burp?
Bird friend.
I was thinking about that, but bird friend makes more sense.
He looks over at Dandy. Could you help me inside, please?
Very well. Thanks for being alert or being open to just dropping everything and coming here, Vesper.
Of course. It was an emergency.
He picks up the sheep with relative ease.
Do you guys head inside?
I suppose we do.
Any objections? Or I should say, does anybody wants to stay outside?
Actually, Vesper is going to help with the injuries. Stay with the guards.
All right.
Corvine wants to stay outside, but she knows that's not a good idea.
Fair enough.
Vesper can also keep an eye on Sae while he's out here.
Outside.
And
But what is Amber doing?
indeed.
Amber's off doing Amber things.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So I presume you want to go ahead and just run off and do that versus going inside. Okay, that's fine. Amber looks as though she has somewhere to be and basically skedaddles right quick.
I should go.
I should go.
I should go.
And we will get back to you. We'll get to you, Amber, in relatively short order.
Baiguang is
Relatively.
Baiguang is going to have Sai Hong follow Amber to keep an eye, make sure she's all right.
Your guardian angel's neck. I got him.
We got familiars
Here
watching all
comes-
the separate parties.
Here comes Dandy 8.0. Let's go.
Oops, sorry, Dandy. Here we go.
Time to see
Dandy
if
fits.
Baiguang's...
Dandy fits in with the art style of all these sheep.
Time to see if Baiguang's changes stuck around.
You know, as a side note,
Hey,
if you plan on using Roll20 to generate NPCs like how I'm doing, I highly recommend not using reindeer because Roll20's selection of reindeer is extraordinarily small and limited.
Hello.
Uh-oh. What's this? Is this Dandy getting a little too familiar with Baiguang? Is there love? Are there love triangles forming?
I'm sorry. Are both of them cheating? Both of them cheating?
It's a conspiracy.
Right. Yes, it would be just the three of you. I was like waiting. Like,
Just the three.
oh right.
Yeah.
Sai's been banished and Amber's has run off to lands unknown.
And no one will know.
As you step in, you see Benedict basically arguing with Tor, and Tor sort of trying his best to hold his ground. And when you step in, he turns and looks at the three of you and begins shouting, Toriel! Toriel! Who are these people?
Toriel? What?
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that joke was going to be made.
He's not a goat or a chick.
And basically, almost from the shadows, you see another sheep come stepping out and take a couple steps forward, and around her, you see what seems to be an aura of not darkness,
Just
but
sadness. Is this her depression cloud?
no, it's more like you can't quite see her easily. And as she steps close, Dandy, you suddenly get the feeling that it'd be very easy to vanish while being near her.
Baiguang is very put off by this aura of not quite darkness, whatever it is.
Does dark vision work through it?
Yes, you can see her. You can see her more or less just fine. It's just hard to. Do you want me to flip, Dandy?
Oh, you say I can sneak easy in here.
Yeah, roll that with advantage, by the way.
It's that kind of easy. Easy beans. Let's roll. Time to roll worse.
No.
I didn't roll worse.
As Dandy just sort of vanishes, you don't necessarily hide Dandy, but you suddenly adopt a very easy to not be noticed sort of feeling about you, and you get the feeling that others in the room are just sort of not paying attention to where you are. And she takes a step forward and glances at each of you. She looks at Dandy. This is Dandy Baudelaire. Gladiator of the arena. Almost professionally so for almost 2 years.
Oh, Dandy, when did you walk over there?
And
What?
currently residing with Vesper Iris.
It seems that everyone seems to know that now.
Looks over. Corvine
We're-
Winterblood. the only daughter of Trueheart Winterblood, heir to the family of Winterblood, who are a family of shipwrights. She has
Please,
spent the past few years away from the city and has recently returned,
please, just call me Corvine.
and that is Baiguang, a former trader upon a Hoshan trading vessel. Lost his leg in an unfortunate accident at sea, and has a small serpentine familiar.
Corvine makes a note of that.
Yes, thank you. Are they harmful? Only if they don't like you. Torch this one.
Baiguang does his best to hold in a snort.
This is Toriel, my twin sister. She's head of information. Our house maintains a very sophisticated spy network throughout the city. I'm the one in charge of it.
I see.
There are no harm to you, father, nor to our house. And the one that you banished outside is currently in the employ of Kier. He's wasting his time and money, in my opinion. Do you have any other business with me, father? No. She bows her head respectfully and takes a step back.
I take a message. I point and give her a message.
Yes? And what is the message?
You might be writing it out.
Oh, very good. She turns and tilts her head.
I give her the shh pose.
And she responds in Ba. My lips are sealed.
Ah.
Yeah, pretty much. She looks at it and goes, bah!
Yes, so Corvine looks a little embarrassed.
And then Danny goes, bah!
What are these horrible whispers?
In fact, when you
Those
stepped
are
in,
whispers.
Benedict was yelling at Tor in Ba.
Oh no.
And that she more or less melds back into the shadows. Oh, right. What is it?
Benedict, if this is how you treat your allies, I'm thinking I don't want to be one anymore.
Oh no.
Oh, that message is from her to you, not me. That you know what I'm saying. He takes a step forward. Miss Winterblood, if I might be rather blunt with you, I am a sheep of business, and I have little time for insubordinate subjects, and those who cannot be bothered to show the respect due of an actual patriarch of one of the noble houses. Respect is earned, not a right. That
My
said,
thoughts exactly.
take a step back. I do wish to thank you, however, for saving my son. I have been recently notified that you have each been authorized the payment of 1,000 gold pieces for services rendered in regards to our household.
I don't want your money. I want your respect. For all of us.
Here, here.
He looks over at Corbine. That said, as a token of appreciation from the house, I would like to offer an additional amount of gold to all of this.
But that's kind of the point she was trying to make, like, against it. But
Altruism gets you nowhere in this world, Mr. Baudelaire. That's the first lesson I learned when I came into this job.
Well, I mean, I guess it'd be frozen.
I respect you professionally. If Toriel says you are to be trustworthy, then I shall trust you. She says you are dangerous to those who you think are worthy of being dangerous to, then I will respect you in that regard. But do not, for a moment, make the mistake that I am capable of personal respect. On the bright side, Miss Winterblood, you may take solace in the thought that I respect no ungulate.
Just know that one day it will be your downfall.
wow, savage.
He narrows his eyes. Is that a threat, Miss Winterblood?
Not a personal one.
Prediction than a threat. That's just me talking.
That's what we're coming to. People think they can talk back to the heads of noble houses and get away with it.
Bagwong has spent too much time in House Snowdawn to speak up.
That said, if Toril has faith in you, then I suppose I might express some faith in you as well. I would like to offer each of you an additional 2,000 gold pieces for saving my son.
Hmm.
Tor looks a little flabbergasted at that.
She nods.
Additionally, if you wish for further payment of that sort of magnitude, Houseball has various duties that it needs to have done around the city.
Such as?
Those details can be discussed later and with my subordinates. That said, this 2,000 is an official expression of appreciation from me and from the house, with an offer of further employment should you desire it. Now then, if you will pardon me, I have more important business to attend to. Tor, see to the particulars. Tor takes a step back and offers a small curtsy to the group. Again, my father's a man of little patience and time.
Bagwong lets out a breath that he just now realized he was holding. We
Yes.
have dealt with the nobles from many houses in the past couple of months, so it's nothing new.
Yes, word has been getting around that you've been rubbing elbows with the upper echelon a lot lately.
That's true.
I don't know if rubbing elbows is the best way to put it, but I suppose that works.
Which brings up an interesting piece of curiosity. Who are you all working for?
That's a good question.
Uh,
If you want,
officially,
It
the late
feels-
Duke.
feels like no one right now though, but that's just how it feels.
Yes, I suppose we are currently free agents, but we are doing what we can to follow the orders of the late Duke Winterfrost.
I see. Whoopsies, wrong one.
It's like the goth sheep appeared again, and then we all teleported away.
Wrong map.
She put a curse on us.
She put a spell on you.
Oh, we're out. Okay.
Okay. No, you're not. You're not actually there. Sae,
Oh, I'm
outside.
dead.
Outside, you are approached by. You sense her before you see her. A sheep of middle years, I think it is. Let me just check and make sure I'm getting this right.
6 is what you're saying.
So yeah, familiars can communicate till okay.
Um,
So Corvine would be aware that she walked outside.
yeah, about middle aged, a somewhat middle aged sheep. Come walking out and approach you, and sort of stares at you with an expression that's halfway between intense scrutiny and vacant glazed.
My favorite kind of donuts.
You are Saye Sleetstag. Hold on. Vigilante and possessor of a very unique set of antlers. You come from Chime, I believe, and you have an ice sprite in your company. My name is Toril, head of information, House Ba. I have approached you because I feel it would be more useful for you to be inside at the moment than outside. Make of that information as you wish.
Well then.
Ah!
um, Ebony hears voice. Ebony hears voices, but isn't sure where they're coming from.
Wait, I'm sure.
Yes. Perhaps Sai is talking to herself to alleviate some boredom. Who knows? And with that, she walks back inside.
Wait.
Are you heading inside, Sae? Midnight? Are you there?
I'm sorry, I was muted.
Oh,
Were you responding to her during that
Yeah.
conversation? Oh.
Well then.
Shall we go back to that? Since I assume you wanted to respond to her while she was talking.
Yeah, a bit, maybe.
Okay,
Sorry.
Let's go ahead and if
I
it's
had
good,
myself muted while they were doing all that discussion because there were loud noises going one direction, loud noises going the other.
So it's okay if we just wind the clock back just a little bit,
Turn back the clock.
since Midnight was accidentally muted that entire time. I thought
I'm
it
so
was,
sorry.
yeah, I thought it was weird. I wasn't responding. I guess she's just playing the strong silent type right now. Okay, that's cool. I guess. Right. Right. So from the top, Sae, while you're standing out there, you see a sheep about middle age come walking out, heading towards you, and as described before, as she approaches, she has sort of this weird, hard, almost hard to perceive her sense about her, and she approached you and says, "You are Sae Sleetstag."
And Sai turns her head to her and says, "They, what?"
You are a
She said the
vigilante,
thing.
possess a very unique set of antlers. You hail from Chime, if I'm
No,
not
no, no, no,
mistaken.
no. No, they.
And you have an ice sprite in your company.
The cloak just shuffles a bit right when she says that.
No, they. How do you know this? How do you know this? I only recently learned my name. There is no possible way that anyone that's not among them knows my name.
As a side note, when she steps close, you also get that feeling that it'd be extremely easy to be unseen while near her.
I know this very well.
I am Toriel Ba, head of information for House Ba.
So, wait. In other words, technically, you're my boss. The information I have gathered thus far has gone to you.
I receive a lot of information from many sources. I assume you know this, but House Ba has a very sophisticated spy network throughout the city. I'm in charge of it. I said I've come out here to tell you all this because I feel it'd be more useful for you to be inside the moment than out here.
Despite him telling me no, and I'm waiting for Olivia to tell him that was a big mistake. Do you even have the authority?
He is the head of the house. He's the head of House Ba. His word
No,
is
but-
law.
So you just want me in there?
I'm simply saying I think it'd be more useful for you to be inside for the discussion that is ensuing than staying out here. Think of that. She turns and walks away.
I guess technically you're my boss.
No, she turns. That would be Gear. And with that, she vanishes into. With that, she steps inside.
She nods and motions to Bird Friend to come along.
Okay.
Bird friend.
Huh.
Okay.
Caw.
We're gonna go to the correct screen this time.